She's a prostitute. Yes. She said it. She's been saying it.
I just had a conversation with somebody the other day. I said, I'm really like, I'm more like with a W. Like, I'm more.
But define that though.
Like, I'm more. I just had a conversation with somebody.
I mean, not only that, but her life, her lyrics. You know what I mean? I don't understand. Like, I'm talking about when you look at her lyrics, the when you look at her lyrics, her lifestyle. So for anybody that's confused, right? Young Mammy, I like to call her Young. So everybody know her as Young Miami or caresha or whatever, but I like to call her Young Mammy because she's a young mammy in the making. She is a mammy in the making. She's just a young mammy. So Young Mammy here is the representation of the open dating market that we talk about in this space, where a lot of the women participate in the same behavior that Young Mammy does, whether it be black women, white women, Hispanics, even the ones that you think are dykes, they doing the same thing. Even the lesbians, they doing the same thing that Young Mammy on. There's literally lesbians right now, especially in the adult industry or including OnlyFans, included in that, where they'll do porn, and then once they're done doing their porn with the man, I'm talking about getting pounded out and everything. Then once they're done with that, then they go home to their lesbian lover, and their lesbian lover knows about her being an adult actress. And if you asked the adult actress, isn't that considered cheating? They'll be like, no, it don't count. This is what they do. So anybody that's also, I said it again, but anybody that's confused, Young Mammy has been listed in the files, right, of Diddy and these people, where they looked into the transcripts and the filings, and it showed it basically had listed Young Mammy and Daphne Joy, right, and I think a few others, but I think specifically those two as they have them listed as one of Diddy's sex workers, literally listed as that. And Young Mammy was also used to transport drugs, if I'm not mistaken. So that was her role. That was her role. And for some weird reason, people are still shocked. The other week when basically Sexy Red revealed that she sold her punani to Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross paid for it. People were shocked. This is the kind of market that we're dealing with. And when you look at the female rappers, the female artists, this is what time they on. It's open. Like prostitution has always been there, but it's always been kept on the hush. So obviously it's not new per se, but it's new in terms of it being in the mainstream. Now they're trying to make it normalized, even though it's still technically illegal. But the way they're setting it up is, if they were to, what they're going to do, this is what I believe they're going to do, because I don't think they're going to ever legalize prostitution. What they're trying to do is, because they have laws set up in a lot of states where the Johns are getting arrested, but not the seller, right? So the escorts don't get arrested, the Johns do. That's how they're having it set up in these liberal states. So this is what I mean. If they're ever going to legalize it, they're going to legalize it via meaning they're going to have it set up where the prostitute gets no charges. It's the John that's always going to get in trouble, which is it's the funniest thing ever. It's literally like it's like the drug dealer. It's like the feds not going after the drug dealer, but going after the druggies. What we do is the feds go after the drug dealers, and then the druggies, they get put in a rehab. They don't get arrested. They just get put in rehab, or they make deals with them to get the the drug dealer, and then they put the person to rehab. So what they do with the men that have the problem with their addictions, with whatever, they arrest the men, and they let the the seller go off scot-free, and she can continue to make her money hustling while the buyer gets arrested. It's the funniest thing that we have going in America. It's the funniest thing. But speaking of which, but you know, let me try to scroll up. And shout out to DJ Academics. But like I said, look at these lyrics. I'll never snitch on you. I'll hold a brick for you. Smash on a bitch for you. And it's interesting. They be using all types of rappers' lyrics to get ninjas arrested and whatnot, but they'll never arrest women for literally stuff like this and being an open prostitute, because technically that's a crime. But like I said, they don't arrest the seller. They arrest the buyer when it comes to prostitution, when it comes to the prostitute and the Johns. It's the funniest thing. It's interesting how that works. Let's see here. So right here it says plaintiff and the Combs Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westival in Virginia. The court filing reads, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted Tucci, but Brendan forgot it. So defendant Christina Coram called young Mammy, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. And also, that's what, you know, prostitutes are also used to transport drugs too. Somebody said, I hope young Mammy's situation teaching y'all a lesson. Money not worth your reputation. Nah, that's not, because first of all, the damage has already been done, because you have female artists that are openly rapping about them being prostitutes, literally, and none of them get arrested for it. It's interesting with that. And then on top of that, they market and advertise it, and to the young prostitutes credit, they're rapping about what they really do. For real. Like the artists in the past that got arrested for their lyrics, they was lying. At least with the female artists, they ain't lying about what they doing. But like I said, also in another thing is, when we would say that the female artists were doing stuff like that, they act like that we were hating or we were lying about the situation. No, this is even the talented female artists, they have to sleep with certain people in power to get what they need to get. Even the talented female artists have to do that. So what do you think a rapper like a young Mammy or a Icy Spicy or a Cardi B, right? These people, you know what I mean? It's clear. It's pretty clear how they got to where they needed to be. But this whole marketplace where it's, you arrest where when it comes to, especially when it comes to prostitution, it's hilarious. If people are so against prostitution, why don't they attack? They never put no charges on the actual seller. They always blame it. Oh, she was trafficked. She got she has a pimp. And nah, man. We have to start treating women like adults. We have to start treating women like adults. But like I said, even when I talk about the conservatives, they be having me laughing, because they'll swear that abortion is murder and all that. I'm like, oh, okay. So if abortion is murder, why aren't the women that commit the abortion, why aren't they charged with murder one? Shouldn't you be charging them with murder? If we really gonna stand on it. But no, it's really what they want to do is they're trying to virtue signal in terms of trying to make themselves look good for women and say, no, the man made you do the like. It still harps back to, oh, the man made me do it. And that's a whole nother story for another day. They never, or when it comes to the prostitution, they always want to blame it on a pimp or something. Nah, come on, man. Let's not do this. We gotta, if they really standing on what they say, we should be going after the seller. But they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. and like I said, any other straggles listening to this, do not act like you weren't praising Caresha, or what they call a young Mammy, right? Don't act like y'all wasn't all on her side, because y'all swear that she was winning, and we were literally telling y'all, like, she's literally a pro, if you know what I'm saying. She's literally selling herself to this man. And I said, at best, the best come up for her would be the best position that she could work herself up to is side chick, and no more than that. And that would be an accomplishment for her, because when it comes to particularly the male celebrities, they pay for these type of women. Jonathan Majors, you guys are now praising him now because he's with Megan Good. He paid for her, which he should have been doing in the first place. You got to pay for these type of women. You know what I mean? So this is just how the industry works. So I already knew what Young Mammy was. I was just shocked at the praise that she was getting, you know, during her tenure. You know what I mean? So that's all I had to say about Young Mammy.